Okay, so I bought this wonderful HP Envy x360 laptop. Had great specs, i7, 8 gig of RAM, half a terabyte hard drive. Everything looked good. So I went all in and purchased this. Thing was great out of the box, looked beautiful. But I started noticing something weird that as I was installing software and using it, the thing would actually just shut off, and I had no idea why. This happened several times, and I thought, well, it's just defective. Then I started to correlate the issue with touching the laptop, and I noticed that it'd run for hours. In fact, I even ran it all night, and it worked great. And then the next morning, I went up and touched the near the pad on the top, and it just shut off again. And what I noticed is oftentimes when it does this, it isn't just a matter of me pushing the power button again and having it come back on, but I would actually lose the side status power light, and I'd have to unplug the power and plug it back in to get that power status light to come back on so that I could actually turn it on. So what I noticed is that this is due to very sensitive, or the laptop itself is very sensitive to static. So just touching it is enough to make it shut off. So I'm literally barefoot here on a carpet, but it's starting to be winter time, so it's a little drier. But just kind of walking around, not even on any kind of isolated shoes, barefoot, it's just enough, and you don't even have to create an arc. It's just a little bit of static on your feet, and you touch this thing, and it will shut off. And what I noticed is that if I do this, I could even hold it with my finger on it, and the thing just shuts down. And in this case, the status light died on the side. So I have to literally unplug it to turn it back on, because simply pushing the power button won't bring it back. But if I unplug it, then plug it back in, light comes on, push the power button, power comes back, thing boots up. Anyways, serious problem for HP, because people are going to use this thing, and anytime they have the least bit of static, they're going to shut this thing down, and it's going to be a real pain in the neck if you have stuff that you've created and you lose all your content. Something to note, that this is metallic, so it does have the ability to conduct. I think that may be part of it, but it's very, very poor shielding, and I think that's largely the cause of it. Internally, just the small static charge on the case is enough to take this thing down. So this is something HP is going to have to fix.